All right, now welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. So, I've been working on this Shopify app for the last 5 or 6 weeks or so, and the purpose of this video, or hopefully this video series, is to document the process and the progress of me building my Shopify app, right? So I want to just take you on a journey, and maybe in 5 years or so I can look back and say, hey, look at where I started, or I can take a look back and say, look how much I failed. I don't know whichever way it will go. Anyways, I want to just document this journey. And I will get into the details of my app later. I will get into the technical details for you nerds and geeks out there. And I will also have a quick overview of the current state of the app and what else needs to be implemented. And that will be the whole topic for this video, right? So stay tuned. So I started Shopify development about 2 years ago, and I want to send a big shout out to Code Inspire because I followed all of his tutorials and his playlists, and he really got me into building Shopify apps. And if you're really serious about building your Shopify app, you should go and check out his channel. But 2 years later now, things have changed a little bit, and I switched from PHP back to my favorite programming language, which is JavaScript, because Shopify is now providing their own kind of framework. They acquired Remix.js, which is a JavaScript framework, and now they provide this starter template for building an app based on JavaScript. So you can write JavaScript in the front end and in the back end. And if you're coming from a React JS type of background, then Remix.js will just feel natural to you. And I will just maybe show you in a little bit. So just quickly before I start to show you around the app and show the technical details, if you're also interested in building a Shopify app, I quickly want to go over the prerequisites. So kind of what you have to know in order to get starting and building your own app as an indie developer. So first thing is which programming language is suggested. And we got a couple of different languages at hand that we could use, but I would suggest to either learn Ruby on Rails, because the whole Shopify ecosystem, Shopify is built on Ruby on Rails. So they also provide you with app templates based on Ruby on Rails. Or on the other hand, I would suggest learning JavaScript. So you should know JavaScript, you should know TypeScript and Node.js, because the starter template that Shopify is providing you with is built completely on JavaScript or TypeScript. So you should know the basics of front-end development and back-end development. Now, of course, you could also build your application with Laravel with PHP. If you're a PHP developer, there are packages out there that give you the ability to create a Shopify app. So I've made tutorials on that. But what I saw within the last two years is that Shopify is making so many changes that third-party package developers cannot keep up to date with the changes that Shopify is making. So it's better to rely on a system that comes from Shopify, like an official package or an official starter template from Shopify themselves, because they are always up to date with the changes they are making, right? Now, but of course, in the past, Shopify has also provided you with a Next.js application, and now they're using Remix.js. So it's, you can see that they make changes quickly, but I think using JavaScript as a front end and back end will be a safe bet for you. So you should know either Ruby on Rails or JavaScript. What else? So you should know the basics of back-end and front-end development. If you want to build a Shopify app, it will be a full-stack project. You will have to build a CRUD application. You will have to know how to create, read, update, and delete elements from your database. And also, what's very important is you will have to know how to query GraphQL data. Because Shopify is relying heavily on GraphQL. I think they're trying to deprecate their REST APIs. So in the future, everything will be built on GraphQL. So you will have to know, you will at least have to have a basic understanding of GraphQL queries. Now, in the back end, I would suggest Node.js or Ruby on Rails. In the front end, I would suggest you to use React.js, because the whole front end system the whole front end design system that Shopify is providing you with, so-called Polaris, is built on React components. So you will have to know how to use React components, how to integrate React components, and it's just a basic knowledge of it. So you don't have to have a very deep understanding. It's just like Lego. Like, they give you the building blocks and you just have to implement them, but you just have to know the basics of React.js. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let me show you what I've built so far. All right, now here you can see an overview of my application. Well, actually, this is not my application yet. This is just the template that Shopify provides you whenever you create an app with Shopify Remix.js template. And those are the first two pages. I didn't remove them. So that's page number 1, where you can generate a product, and you can also see this additional page. I didn't remove those pages. Sometimes I just go back and see how they integrated those API calls and everything. So it's just like a reference. But the idea of my whole app is to build an application where you will be able to schedule an Instagram post of the products that are currently within your store. So for example, here I got all of my products posted that I have in my store, and I'm now able to schedule a time whenever I want to post those products as posted on Instagram. So what I got right here, my idea was to first build a dashboard where you could see the Instagram handle, how many followers, how many images were updated, and I don't know, some kind of informations here. I just put this dashboard there so I won't forget what I want to edit here. There is not much in there yet. Then I will have something like a post center, and so from here you can directly just publish any media you want. So for example, if I publish this post right here, then it will say published successfully. And if I reload my page here, my Instagram, then I can see that it has published a new post. So that's the idea here. So next up, I got this schedule page right here, where you can see all of the products that are within my store. And whenever I want to schedule a post, so let's say I want this product to be posted on my Instagram at 2:55, I can go here, I can say schedule post, and it says the post is set to be scheduled on at 2:55. So now the clock has hit 2:55, and if I switch over to Instagram, then I can see that this post was scheduled and it was posted 5 seconds ago. Right, so that's how that works. So I can schedule a post. It will be posted with this description right here, which is the product description that I'll also source from my products right here. And that's that. Now, I also thought about something like having a media queue. So, whenever a new product is created from the backend of my shop, then it will be posted here within this media queue, and I can decide whatever I want to do with it. Like right now, I just have it to post now, remove item. I have to still have to think what I want to do with it, but let's see how that works. Now, for example, I want to create a new product. All right, so I fixed the image as well. So now we got an image of that Jordan right here as well. So that's kind of the idea right here as well. So that you would have a media queue where all of the products will get posted that you have added uh, to the store, and then you can decide if you want to post it or if you want to schedule or whatever. So I kind of have to see what I'm gonna do with that right there. But like the heart of the whole application will be this schedule right here, and it doesn't really seem like a lot, but it really kind of took me a while to get this up and working. And I also want to show you the technical details of how the application is working. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. All right, now, so for all you nerds and geeks out there, I quickly want to just go over the basic architecture of my application. And in order to do that, I just pulled out my whiteboard right here, and I hope that you can read something. Now, first of all, we're building a micro SaaS, right? So this micro SaaS is built within Shopify. So I will just say this here is Shopify, and that's the whole context we're building this application in, right? So Shopify, they got their products. Let me paint this in green. There are these Shopify products and everything. You got products, you got collections, you got everything which is provided by Shopify. Now, next up, we got my application, which is sitting right here. And my application is communicating with Shopify mainly via webhooks, WH for webhooks, and it's sourcing the data by making GraphQL queries. So I will get all of the product data and everything by making GraphQL requests to Shopify, and they will give everything back to my application. Now, next up, my application has to communicate with Instagram as well. So we got IG right here, and the whole communication between my application and Instagram is taking place with a npm package, and it's actually pretty easy. It's easier than I thought. I think I will make a tutorial on that in the future as well. It's just an npm package that you have to install, and then you're able to communicate with this Instagram. It's called Graph API. So I'm communicating with this Instagram or Facebook Graph API, and whenever something is happening within my app, I will just notify Instagram and I will get a notification back. Now, in order to schedule all of the jobs, so for example, whenever I want to post something to the gram, then I will have to schedule a job, and all of those scheduled jobs, they're handled by an npm package called agenda. Let me write this down. It's called agenda.js. I think I will also make a tutorial on that in the future as well. But anyways, this agenda.js is handling all of my jobs and all of the scheduling, and all of the jobs are being stored in this MongoDB. So I got my MongoDB and all of my jobs are stored in here. So whenever I schedule a job, I will actually tell Agenda to save the job, and Agenda is handling this request, and they will save it to MongoDB. And whenever it's time to be posted, whenever the scheduled job is being processed, then it will notify Agenda. Agenda will notify my application. That happens automatically. And then I will be able to handle this request right here and forward it to Instagram, right? So that's how the whole communication is working. So basically, my application is communicating with all of these different systems right here. And it kind of seems like a little bit complex, but that's the basic architecture of my application. I hope you can read something. And yeah, that's it for that part. All right, so that's basically it for the first part of my devlog. It's just a simple introduction to my application. I hope it was interesting. Let me know in the comments below. I will continue doing this series if you like it or not. No, I'm just joking. But let me know what I could do better. I don't know if you have maybe some ideas for the application or whatnot. Anyways, I'm trying to document my process or my progress, whatever. And thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, buy me a coffee, do whatever you want to do, and see you in the next video. So bye bye.